Morning, low base guy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great week so far. We're on the second day. I'm doing great. Doing very great. How you doing? Just having a little fun learning Blender. I did playing was playing Shadow Hearts last night. It's pretty fun. I like that game. I know it's a lot harder for I noticed that people, like everyone that like follows me or watches my VODs or not VODs on YouTube. No one looks at the game stuff. They only look at the art stuff. I'm okay with that though. I'm having fun either way. But yeah, I've been playing that and just learning Blender. I'm gonna show some progress on my other mesh real quick before we get started here. Okay. Um, yes. Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is Ace, learning Blender. Okay, an artist, like drawing, doing it for most of my life. Learning Blender, of course, as I said, doing meshes for 3D references for a webcomic that I'm creating, of course. Hey, Trey, welcome in. Good morning. This is what I got so far. This is what I'm learning how to do. We're doing skin details, and it's actually much easier to do this in Blender than it is in ZBrush, at least the way that I have learned how to do it in ZBrush. It was a little more involved, I would say. I think you would just use um, an artist like a brush, like it would be like a brush for skin. For this though, all you have to do is click on mesh filter and then put it on random, and then you can just click and drag the mouse, and it'll just do this. Okay, and you can just put whatever you want in it. You can just and so you can go as far as you want. You can make them all super hairy, I guess. I don't know. Spiny. And you just do it to a point where you have some texture there. Okay. I hope I can. Well, I'm not gonna save it. I'm not gonna save this. And now this is just a base, of course. The skin mesh is going to be different for places like the nose and the cheek area. And of course it has something, gender kind of plays a part into this. Um, Women have smaller pores than men in, I would say, most cases, and I guess the forehead too. We're looking into that. That's what I'm learning right now. As far as the next step. And it looks like that I'm going to be able to bake these skin details into the final product and um, finalize basically the textures. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We're working in multi-res. I'm working at a higher res than normal. As you can see, we're at 7 million. We were at 1.8. I showed this off last. We're doing just little micro details. Basically, that's where we're at. We're finalizing all the details, and then we're going to do an actual skin. It's going to be in 4K. All right. Yep, we have a test skin just to see how things are going. Kind of looks something like this. This is our test skin. You can see everything's drawn in as far as the hair is concerned, and we're doing tests with HDR, eye, and rendering. This is what we've got so far. I got some lights set up. It doesn't. The lights don't really exactly match the background, of course. The light would be over here, but we have the strong light over here. But don't worry about it. The environment does affect the model a little bit, and pretty soon we're going to be adding subsurface scattering, which is basically when you shine a light, it kind of absorbs into the skin. You see like especially with the ears, like when you have light coming in from over here, this would be orange because light goes all through this and through a lot of areas in the skin, mainly around here and there and pretty much anywhere where it's light can pass through. So we're going to be setting that up too. That's where we're at with the first mesh. Okay, and now we're going to go to our second mesh here, and No, do not save. We don't want to do that. And we're going to try to get our second mesh up to, at least this. And then we got to unwrap that. Do UVs, textures, all that jazz. But for right now, we are in retopology. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going to be doing for a bit. I'm going to try to get to down to the waistline, and then we're going to start another mesh. And then I'm going to, once we get past this area, I might return to this. But this is a very tedious thing, and so I don't know. I might just go on ahead and we'll just start another mesh, and I'll just take this off stream and finish it like that, because we've already seen what this entails, and it's just a whole lot of copying and pasting and just arranging. So this is what we're doing. That's my update so far. Play a little bit of Shadow Hearts. I don't know. We'll probably get another playthrough in sometime this week. I'm gonna try to anyway, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Now this here, this edge right here, not really needed. So we can dissolve this. And we're just gonna continue. That's what we're doing. Looking around, trying to see what's going on here. Kind of jumped into it, but I'm trying to remember, is this where I was at? is this the is this the area I was working on last? I don't know, actually. I honestly don't know. I try to leave it at a point where I could just easily pick up and go, and just continue on. I think we're good though. I think this is fine. There's really nothing that I can think of that I can do at this point. Maybe if I want to be a perfectionist, try to make these is completely even, but I don't see the point in doing that, because I don't know how perfect I should make these. I have learned that I should do the best that I can and make them as even as possible, but without seeing the results, I have no idea. So we're almost there. We're almost there with the other mesh. I'll report back periodically. Oh yeah, there's this. This needs to be. You know what? I didn't see this before, but maybe we can do this. No, maybe not. Maybe we can't. Let's try the edges. It's going to be a lot of triangles. I want to see what happens if I do this, because I really don't like that big piece there. That's our one imperfection. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say one. I mean, there's some little irregularities here too compared to the rest of the retopology. We're still learning this. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this. Okay, so we're just gonna have to, you know, get it done and then see afterwards. What we can do better. How about we do this instead? Now we got a big triangle. Can I divide this? No, I can't. If I could divide this one, then we can make it look a little more even, and then try to fix it from there. But it doesn't look like I can do it. It's okay. It's all right. So we still have a big piece there, but it's smaller. It's smaller than usual, so it's all right. Just staring at it right now. I'm trying to figure out, is there anything more that I can do? Sometimes you see it. Sometimes you look at a bunch of shapes and you see it one way, and then after a while you start seeing it another way, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I could have done it that way. And that's kind of what I'm hoping what would happen if I look at it long enough. But it doesn't appear that I can do anything more with this triangle. I think just gonna have to do that, and then we can maybe dissolve these. Try to see if we can make it look a little better. I'm having some fit issues with one of my characters. All I did was change the base color of her skin texture, and suddenly her clothes don't fit right. I have, well, yeah, you're using Daz, right? Hey, I have no idea how that would be an issue. Um, the base color of her skin texture. Are you sure that's all you changed? Yeah, that's weird. You didn't like hit the keyboard or anything when you was grabbing something to drink or emoting. I do that all the time. Oh, smash, and then you see like things change out of the corner of your eye. Little numbers start changing. Like, oh, what did I just do? That's why we got at least 10 undo steps. Okay, I took it down to 10. I'm confident enough to go down to 10. One day we're gonna go down to 5, and then we're just gonna work from there. It's really, I've taken my other mesh. I wanted to see what I could do. I've taken it up to 27 million polygons. I kept subdividing, subdividing it basically, and there's no lag. So I guess the undo steps was the issue. I'm very sure that that's all I changed. Basically, I just did a huge shift on all the surfaces of her skin. Hmm. Is it possible that textures can go beyond the mesh, like kind of like an invisible wall? Maybe your clothes are being held up by. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand here what possibly could have gone wrong. And maybe your clothes was just being held up by the invisible wall of your texture somehow. I don't even know if that's possible. To be honest, I don't know. I have no clue. What if I did this? What if I dissolve that? Can I loop and cut this? Why can't I loop and cut this? This is so weird. Oh, you know what I can do though? Wait, I think I tried this before. I'm gonna tackle this one more time. Let me see. Delete faces. I know it sounds crazy, that these suggestions, but I don't know, man. I've seen some strange stuff, with programs, so maybe that could be a thing. Yeah, maybe we can do it like this. Yeah, and that's how Band-Aid fixing the problem, adjusting the clothing manually rather than having it auto fit and relying on the mesh smoother. The weird thing is, in texture shaded or wireframe preview, the clothing looks right. It only sinks into her skin in the render. Hmm. Is there collision? Are there like collision effects? Because if so, maybe you can adjust that. That's something I don't know. I don't think in at least in Blender that collision works differently in rendering. Usually where it's at is where it's at. As far as cloth simulations go. I have no nothing to offer when it comes to animating though. I don't know if like suddenly as it is right now, like my other mesh is clothing that has some collision, and I don't know if the cloth will simulate cloth again if he's in motion. I have to actually test that. Does Daz 3 have that? I'm not really sure. I learned of an add-on this morning. It's called RBC. Apparently, it's you can rig. People use that to rig cars, and apparently, it's really good. I think that would come in handy sometime in the future, someday in the future. I don't know when, but if I want to ever animate a car, I think we can fix this now. We actually just managed to fit another row in here by deleting and replacing polygons. And I don't know why I have to do it this way. It's a very roundabout way to do it, but it seems to be working. I guess it just comes down to how like how much how much like what are you willing to do to solve these problems? See that now it's much smaller and we can do another row. It's still going to be like three a row of three up against one, so it's still going to look kind of a little bit weird, but at least it doesn't look like a big. I don't know. It doesn't look distracting. When you look at it, you can see a big gigantic polygon on the side of his head. That kind of draws your eye a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a real 3D artist, and I don't understand a lot of stuff. I wouldn't know how to determine that. Have you looked at any forums for DAS 3D. Maybe someone else, because I would. The one thing that I can rely on, like with 100% certainty, is that somebody else had that problem. This problem, whatever problems I've run into, somebody else has had this problem and asked for help. So, if, I would say if you can't find a solution for that, I would say find a forum where someone that can help you. Um, I I only dabbled in DAS 3D. I have no idea um, how it works really, to be honest. Like I did the really most bare minimum for that when I was before I was really fully committed to 3D art. I was just, I was like, okay, I'll just, use like just a reference, just a man, put man there, pose him, kind of make him look like you want him to look, and then we just went on the full 3D sculpting from there. Yeah, we'll eyeball it in more detail at some point. The issue is only with this one model, and it's not a model I use very often, so I'm not keen on adding something else to my plate. Yeah, I know when it starts getting into the physics and all the Euler and math, math stuff, geometry, it gets a little weird. Okay, gets a little complicated. Start running into things that you didn't know were possible that could be problems. For me, I have it easy. All I have to worry about basically is his clothes fitting when I simulate the cloth. They'll either fit perfectly or they'll just fall off his body and just fall down in the gray void somewhere, and I have to keep trying. I don't know why that happens. No matter how wide their hips are, clothes just slide right off of them. I have to play with the settings a little bit more. It doesn't always happen, but it's a common thing. It's either a problem with the sewing pattern or my proportions are off. I'm gonna go ahead and say my proportions are off somehow. When things like that happen, and say, okay, maybe I don't know, maybe if you have Gumby hips, clothes can't really catch on to anything. They still rest on your body at the end of the day. So if you don't really have a real shape, I guess you could just fall right out of your clothes. Some people just dress like that already, but it doesn't work like that in Blender. You kind of have to, they have to stick to the body somehow. And there is that option. Maybe you can just make. Is there a way you can make them just stick to the body? I was prepared to just mask and extrude a portion of my character's body and just turn that into clothing like I did the boots or the drawers here. The drawers. I don't know why I said it like that. The drawers. I was gonna say drawers, but I said the drawers. Anyway, his underwear. Okay, I extruded this from his body, and you basically just make it so that his body, it doesn't look like he has vacuum packed underwear, because he has, when you first do it, it's just a copy of his butt on top of his butt, and then you just make it look like cloth. One project I've had on the back burner for a while is I went to make my Twi'lek. Oh, you're making a Twi'lek, huh? Characters, Lecter, Lecter the Force compliant. I have no idea what that means. Lecker the Force. Is it a Jedi? I know that's probably not what that means. Compliant. Oh, Leku. Okay. Compliant. I still don't know what that means. I'm sorry. So that I can use D Force on them. Oh, that's a an, some kind of add-on project feature on them to make them more realistically simulate gravity. Gotcha. Okay, now I know what the force is. Okay, you don't even have to explain that. Yeah, it's a Jedi. Hey, look, when you say Twi'lek and you put force in the same sentence, okay, that's the first thing you're gonna think of. I don't know what the force is, so I don't know what he's talking about, but I know it's not damn Star Wars. Yeah, yeah, it is. Twi'lek is Star Wars. That's the green people with the giant uh tentacles in the back of their head. That's what a Twi'lek is. So, you got Twi'lek, and then 2 words later you got the Force. So I'm like, okay, either that's like the character that I could have interpreted that as the Twi'lek character's name is Leku the Force, or I don't know. I don't know. I didn't understand Leku the Force compliant. I didn't know what that meant at first, but once I reread that, I saw that the Force could be some kind of add-on or something. An art guess. Oh, see, now I didn't know that. Okay, I just called them head tentacles. I know a little bit about Star Wars. I don't know everything. Okay, I'm a super casual when it comes to Star Wars. I might watch one of the shows um here and there. Actually, what, this past weekend I actually did manage to see uh the Acolyte and Ashoka, but I don't feel strongly about it one way or the other. The only reason why I know what a freaking Twi'lek is because the one thing about Star Wars I do like is Knights of the Old Republic, 1 and 2. These are RPG games by BioWare back when they were new in the early 2000s, and that's probably the one thing that I can say I'm a legitimate fan of is those 2 games, and they're really well written, and they go into the lore a little bit. So, but other than that, I would not know what a Twi'lek is. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that Ahsoka was a Twi'lek, but she's clearly not. They have different head tentacles. Their head tentacles go in the front. Yeah, I don't know, man. And they look different. Whatever, all right? Whatever. I know very little. I'm less casual than that. I did play that game, not very far, but I did play it. Yeah, it's a fun game. I like it. It's very interesting. It's one of the games that helped put BioWare on the map. Before they made Dragon Age and Mass Effect and all that stuff. I'm not making a new Twi'lek. I'm looking to apply this to the 7 that I've already made. So you want their tentacles to move, right? That's basically how I'm understanding it. That's perfectly fine. It would be easy to do in Blender. I could just put like wiggle bones in each tentacle and they would move as soon as I pose the character. But I don't know how to do that in Dash 3D. So I'm sorry I can't be of any help whatsoever. Wiggle bones is outdated now. I mean, I got what was it? Jiggle Maker now. I have to learn how to use that. That works in this version of Blender. That's this right over here. I have to find some learning material on this, but I went ahead and got this from GitHub, I believe. There's some cloth settings. You can even add it to cloth apparently. I'm not animated, so I don't need them to move, but I want to apply this to the still images so that they hang naturally. Already do this with clothing, hair, breasts, etc. Yeah, and that's exactly what I would use it for as well. Um, I don't have to worry about the positioning of anything for the pose. It would be just a natural pose. That's kind of my reasoning for adding physics to something that I'm just going to reference in a 2D picture. But I do want to also animate. That's going to be my next project once I'm a ways into the webcomic. I'm going to start working on. I have an idea for an animation. I start working on that off and on. Um, I don't know if I'll do that on stream, but because I already take long enough just doing things. This animation is very, very tedious. I have an animation project right now that I'm working on just for the stream, but I'm not anywhere close to being done with it. It's like 120 frames of animation, but that takes some time to do. Okay, I had an idea for this, but I kind of got sidetracked. I think. Oh, you know what? It is smaller. What if I did this? And you never know, man. You could have been making a Jedi. I mean, I don't know. Everyone makes a Jedi character. I think, if they like Star Wars enough, they're making characters. It's usually a Jedi. Sorry, okay. No. Let's see. Dissolve. Oh no, not dissolve. Let's see. Delete. Mm, can't do it that way. I tried to. No, it's still not gonna work, is it? Basically, I'm just gonna have to create another row of polygons. I can get away with cheating in so many ways because I only do still images. I basically treat like a model that I'm photographing in real life, except I'm only taking one, max four or five. Why we're animating so much of what I do will fall apart, especially my scenery. Well, I mean, I don't, I don't, I have you streamed any of this at all? I need to see. I need to see how you do this. I've seen the pictures of the animals and whatnot, but I don't think I've actually seen, besides the few things that you did show. I don't think I've actually seen your workflow of that yet. Um, but maybe you could. You might just be looking at it differently. I mean, you're looking at it from a photography standpoint. Obviously, you don't exactly you know photograph and animation, but it could actually might be simpler than you think, depending on how you do it. I don't know. I'm just I am a complete amateur, but I could probably figure out how to animate something as far as the background. I have no doubt that I could do it. I set my mind to it, but I have no interest in animation at all. Yeah, I got you. Oh, what? Yeah, we're trying to solve this problem. That's right. I had a process in my head of what I wanted to try, but I kind of, you know, oh, can I do it like this? Actually, you know what? I might just be able to just fill this in and just leave it and then make this like a circle. That actually might work. I think, like I said, I think we're just looking at it with different shapes instead of the shape that would work, which is exactly what I mentioned earlier. We just curve like it would for like round here. I kind of curves a bit. Just make that a curve. So I could just actually dissolve all of these lines. Just like in real life, I would probably be pretty good at video if I wanted to do it, but it doesn't interest me in the slightest. Yeah, it's definitely a different. It's not the same path as animation. I mean, I get it. It's more like this. I would. All I have to do my webcomic is literally just draw. But um, I want to have. I feel like learning this and using this as a reference would make it faster. But there's a lot of things that I don't have to do in this that I would in 2D and vice versa. So it's kind of different. I don't look at comic book panels like in a 3D space. So I only have to draw it from one angle. But for 3D, I got to go everywhere at every angle and make sure it looks accurate. Because it could look perfect like this, but then when you turn it and he looks like, I don't know, the thing, I don't have to worry about that in a 2D space. The only thing I have to worry about is the picture slanted if I flip the image, is it crooked? That's literally it. That's still a 2D space at the end of the day. Unless I was doing a 3D comic, which I'm not. I don't have any interest in doing that. Even though I could easily just pose these people and just make an entire scene and pose them and just put some word bubbles around. But that I have no interest in. I'd rather draw it. That's just my preferred medium, and I feel like it's it would look better to me if my characters are drawing. I don't really see them as, even though I'm making these really realistic, I'm going to stylize it. So that's just the way I always imagine it would be. Right. We're going to dissolve this. I'm looking at the entire area here. Yeah, I guess we'll just dissolve it here. And it kind of curves in. I'm not sure if I should leave it like that, but it looks a lot better. I mean, it's only noticeable because it's next to three smaller pieces. I'm considering a way to maybe, if I can delete one of these rows and then just move the row up, but I'm not sure if I should or not. So I'm trying to see. I'm thinking about what I could do at this point. Could leave it like that, but eventually, we want to get to a point where we the topology is always good. Like I said, I don't know the result of doing it this way. I don't want to try to be a perfectionist. I always say that, but I am trying to do that. I'm trying to find a way to make this look as best as I possibly could without spending too much time on it. I think it looks fine though, actually. I can't really see what else I could possibly do at this point besides divide this in half, but then it'll still be three rows. I'm not really sure. Can I even loop and cut this? Could. Could do that. And I could just delete the line for the rest of them. And it doesn't make any, I don't know, it already doesn't make perfect sense. And you don't even notice it on this side. So I will leave it for now. We'll come back to it. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it. Like we left it alone yesterday, and then we had the answer today. We made that area a little bit better. So maybe that'll work again. I want to get behind the ear while I'm here. Oh yeah, wiggle. Those are the wiggle bones. I think Wiggle 2 is not the same person. I think that's someone who just took the project over and made it compatible. I do have that. I completely forgot about that. That's basically the same thing. I was thinking of Spring Bones. Sorry, not Wiggle Bones. I have Wiggle Bones and Spring Bones, so I wanted to see which one would be best for me. Man, we don't have an armature yet. I'm gonna have to take some time and sit down with that and get that going. I honestly don't know if this guy was leaned over a table. I don't know. I don't see how that would. I mean, I guess you could, simulate the gut a little bit, or just just at a just simulate it. Period, and then I don't know how noticeable that would be underneath clothing. It's not like um breasts, depending on the size anyway. Those move and whatever, and even in like a bra. So I don't know. I've never really looked at that before. I mean, I suppose it would. These are the questions that you can answer in the 3D space or in real life. I don't know. I don't have. This is not my body in real life, so I don't have a reference. Otherwise, if I had a belly like this, I could easily test it. I'd go in the bathroom and see, or something. But I don't, so I don't know. Guess if you look at a sumo wrestler, they spend a lot of time hunched over because I won't be able to do it here on stream. I'm not gonna do it else. I'm not gonna do this anywhere in public. With the natural lighting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, that's one way to look at it. But we can simulate lighting here in this program, so it's not really that's I'm not really worried too much about lighting. I'm actually not concerned at all about lighting. I've never really had a problem with lighting. Front porch has the best lighting in the Vegas. Do you know this from experience? You seem to be well versed in this knowledge here. I read an article once. I got you. Back when we had newspapers. Well, we still got them. They're not really the norm anymore. And honestly, I'm not even mad about it. The less trees we have to waste, the better. I think. Even though I mean I'm pretty. You can grow trees back, of course, but still might do some good to have more trees around. Less paper waste. Yeah. I don't think you can recycle recycling paper. I think that just gets destroyed after a while. Actually, you know what? We can do the ear last. All I ever used newspaper for were the want ads in the comics. Yep. The only thing that I used newspaper for was paper mache because um I may have read some local articles here and there when I was bored, but that was not my main method of receiving information. I just watched the news back then, when that was a thing. And we don't need to, we can just have in front back on because I don't know, I took it off to see, but we're going to do the ears last. Once we got the whole head, then we'll do the ears. I would do the ears right now, but no, I'm not going to do that. Now, where I messed up before my last mesh was in doing the going all the way back. I accidentally wrapped it around to the other side, and that kind of became a problem that I had to fix later. You start to see it curve a little bit. We want to try to avoid that. We don't want it to curve too much. Miss Hartwick's art class and like Miss Hartwick. I wonder if she's still alive. Anybody who was in that school, there is no record of that school ever existed, except the fact that it closed down. Even though the building is still there, you would not know it's a school unless somebody told you or you looked at it. There's one article of it online that it closed, and that's when it closed down. That's it. I found a picture of it in I think it was 1909. It was just the center building back then. There was no cafeteria, no library, no church across the street. Literally just that building in a field. That's it. And it was painted differently. It wasn't that dark maroon, that dark burgundy color in the beige bricks. It was gray. The beige bricks was still there, but all the dark burgundy color was actually gray back then. Very interesting to see. I actually saved that image on my computer. I'll send it to you later, and you too can see how the school looked in 1909. It was a dirt road, but I think there were dirt roads for a long time. My One of my family members told me that they remember dirt roads around here when they were little. So I mean, I don't know how long ago that was, but you would think they wouldn't have dirt roads. I've seen pictures of this city in different time periods. It is quite interesting. Oh, look, we got some overlap there. This is exactly what I was talking about. We don't want that. Oops, I hit G. I don't know why. Wait, what? Okay. What the? Okay, it's this. There, it's fixed. See, you fixed it. I think the last time I just went kind of run away with it and I just kept copying and pasting willy nilly without fixing anything, and that causes problems when you're not paying attention. So I kind of got into a point where I got into a mode where I was just like my eyes glazed over from so much copying and pasting. But we're paying attention now. Okay, we remembered all the mistakes, or at least most of the mistakes that we made, and we're going to try to fix them. Imagine they are all alive, less health or life, but probably Doctor Layton actually passed away. I think it was either last year or the year before. He was in his 90s. So I know that now he is gone. I was surprised that he was still alive. So anything's possible. Because he already seemed like an old person back then. I mean, I guess everybody seems old when you're a kid, right? But I don't know. Some of those teachers were elderly, so I always imagined that they would be passed away by now. Kids next door size of I don't even think Kids Next Door was a thing when I think that when I was a teenager that became a thing. I've never seen that show, but I know of it. Upper echelon. I don't remember all the teachers. I remember the faces, but I don't remember all their names. Let's see. Hey, you still play League, right? How's League been treating you these days? Who do you play nowadays? I think that was you, right? You played Rise, didn't you? I don't remember who you played anymore. According to Google, Kids Next Door first aired December 6th, 2002. Yeah, okay, exactly. So I got that right. I was definitely a teenager when that show came out. That's definitely I remember the shows that were on TV, and that definitely was not one of them when I was a kid. I mean, technically, you might as well be a kid when you're a teenager, but I'm saying, kid, child, prepubescent. The moment I don't play League, my account got banned. Oh wow, what did you do? Or did you get hacked or something? I don't know. It wasn't all my fault. Got you. I don't know what they ban for these days, so I have no idea like what the criteria could be outside of. I guess if you get reported enough, you can get banned, but you can get reported for anything. You can get reported for losing. I guess I let Sario. Oh, okay. Salario play when he was visiting and he went jungle to play not. Oh, okay, gotcha. So and he went 0-14-6, and you could get banned for that. Wow. Sometimes when you play a bad game, you could have those numbers. That's really not something that I don't think it should be bannable. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So they all reported and he got banned. Dang, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's a very I don't know. That game was just toxic, like up and down all the way through, man. Sometimes you get steamrolled. That doesn't mean you should get banned. 0-14-6. I've seen numbers like that before. I let him play for like 35 minutes, and then near the very end, I just told him to get up so we could go. He was like, "Are you sure? I don't want you to get banned." Oh, well, tried to help. I was like, "Nah, it's okay." And then when I came back, my account was banned. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just, well, I don't know. I don't, depending on how many champs you bought or skins or whatever, it's at the end of the game, it's not really a important thing to lose, but it all depends on how attached to your account you were. Yeah, it's all right. It's not all right. Not according to the tribunal. It's not okay. Tribunal will be the judge of that one. And it might as well just be Judge Dredd on that tribunal because they are going to ban. I never threw a game of Q dodge. I usually just play the cards that I'm dealt, but I'm pretty sure that um we as a group, everyone that we've played with in the past, I'm pretty sure that there were times where we just got freaking destroyed, okay? But since we were all in the same chat, I mean, the only people who would report for that would be the same team. I'm pretty sure no one reported. We didn't report each other. We definitely reported the other team. If if it came to that for whatever reason, I don't know. I've seen the enemy throw games. I've seen the enemy AFK in the middle of a fight because they were getting destroyed. We felt good about that while we were reporting. Over 10 years, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I made my account in 2011, so I think the last time I played was in 2019. Yeah, I came back briefly. Someone at my job played League and they were telling me about all the changes. Then I came back for like 2 weeks and then I think it's still downloaded. I just haven't been playing it. The games where we lost and got stomped but fought hard, those are okay to lose. I don't mind losing when I put up a fight. Yeah, so yeah, it was probably because you went AFK. I think that's why. But still, even when you do go AFK, I don't know, man. I guess it was because I was playing with people that we knew. I remember one time where I really had to go to the bathroom and I went during the match. I had no choice. Like as soon as we uh, I ate some Wendy's and then it just my stomach was like, we gotta go now. So had to rush to the bathroom. I don't know what the heck that was about. I've never really had any problem with Wendy's. It might not have been Wendy's either, but my stomach was in dire emergency mode, and that's what happened. Okay, without getting into too much detail, it was definitely an emergency. Give me Yasuo, trade me Yasuo. Can you pick me Yasuo first? Yasuo, and they give him Yasuo and he goes 0-7. Yeah, that's weird. I tried Yasuo. I did not like playing Yasuo. I didn't get it. I did not grasp that champion. I was one of the people who did poorly with Yasuo. I probably went 0-7 too, and I never picked him again after that. It was kind of a waste of because I think I got the champ with, was it IP or was it the other thing? I don't know. Or with actual money, I'm not sure. But it was a waste of a purchase either way because I'm not good with that champ, and I don't care to be. It's pretty easily to kill too. People pick them because samurai. Everybody wants to be a samurai these days. But everybody can't be a samurai. Okay, you want to be a samurai. All right, play Samurai Showdown. Everybody's a samurai in there. Can't always pick the samurai character and expect to win. Anyone who ever picked, yeah. Normally, what I saw was the give me this or I'll Q dodge. I'm like, okay, Q dodge. We'll wait the extra 10 seconds. Who gives a care? Or I'll throw the game. Go ahead, throw the game. We had somebody do that once. They threw the game because they didn't get their way, and we were winning without them. And then they tried to join. They tried to join in on the fight when they knew that not only are we going to win, but we're definitely going to report your stupid ass. Okay. And then you try to join. Nah, it's too late. Nope, you're not. Nah. You don't get to join in at the end of the fight when we're about to break the base. Okay, you're still getting reported. Back for someone to dodge but won't dodge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, dodge. Because you know what happens when you dodge. You dodge. You're waiting. What is that? 5-10 minutes. That game was just toxic, man. It's run toxic. It's played by toxic people. It. I don't know, man. I mean, I still like it. I don't really have a big problem with it, but it can be toxic. I was looking at Marvel Rivals beta. That looks kind of fun. I might try that game out. It's kind of like League, Paragon, and Overwatch basically fused. They did the fusion dance. Looks pretty interesting. Forgot what I said to or did to the one guy, but he was mad at us, and I just farmed all game. He didn't fight, didn't. Oh, he just farmed our game. He didn't fight, didn't help the enemy, didn't help the team. He just farmed all game. We were winning, and he would have won, and would have won if he had done anything other than farm. Literally anything. He just farmed, didn't say anything, just farmed, and we lost. Yeah, a lot of babies, a lot of immature babies play that game. It's probably kids. It's probably all kids too. I I don't know. At least I try to rationalize it. It's like they're probably some kid, man. Whatever. Go be a kid. But it wouldn't surprise me if these were grown people doing this. If I don't win in the first 10, 15 minutes, then I don't win. We've had games that carried on longer than they should have and we won. It was just that kind of fight, going back and forth. Everybody's all in, nobody's giving up, nobody's gonna surrender. We're gonna go in for this in the long haul. But basically, that was the general consensus. If you weren't winning by 20, then you surrender. If you were behind, but that's a hard pill to swallow for some people. Some people just don't want to give up, even when they're getting stomped. They just don't want to surrender. It's like, man, just surrender, man. Okay. First of all, I'm crit plank. I can kill your whole team in one hit if I wanted to, and you're still not gonna surrender. Or I'm killing you as Sona. I'm killing your entire team as Sona because I got Runic Bulwark back when that was the thing, and I'm basically unstoppable. And you're not gonna surrender. You're being killed by the support. Okay. And I just got to preface this by saying I was only able to do that because my team allowed it. I would not do that in a solo game because people are much more uh, strict when it comes to the meta. Okay, but these things did work they do work when you allow them to work. It's just people don't do that. When you're like, why are you picking this? Why are you going there? I'm like, all right, whatever, man, whatever. Just just stop typing and play the game, okay? After 78 minutes, yeah, that is I can't tell you how long the longest game we've had was. Um I don't remember. It's been too long. I honestly don't remember the longest game we played. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was that long. The super long games were the ones where you put your blood into it. I like those ones. I like the ones where we just stomp them in 20 minutes. It's better for everybody if you just let it happen. Okay, just let it happen. But if it doesn't, that's okay too. As long as you're having fun, it is a game at the end of the day. It's not a waste of time, unless you. I mean, if you say it's a waste of time, then we're like, why you even play? My favorite is when I was doing well, but then they were doing average or below, and I lose four surrendered. And then those four surrendered a winnable game. Yeah, everything is wrong if you did it. Thoughts are wrong if you didn't do it. Whatever you did do, you should have. Yeah, you'll get blamed for stuff that it isn't your fault. I've had people argue with me over bot games. That's when you're like, there's no words for that, really. I still remember that person's name too. It's that's the funny part. It's been 14, 13 years, and I still remember that person's name. And they only play bots. It's like you're mad. You got mad over bots. You only play bots. We've since played normal. We played normal since 2011. That man never left bots, and that's how you act. Okay. Core movies being made. Yeah. Somebody who only plays bots. You're getting mad. You're getting mad over bots. That's how you learn. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was playing Xin Zhao. I was playing Xin Zhao, and I was learning how to play Xin Zhao, and I got called a Chinese kill stealer. And then they start doing like like they were simulating the Chinese language in text. That's how mad they were. I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I've had people get mad because I stacked Jack in the Boxes as Shaco. It was either Jack in the Boxes or it was Heimerdinger's robots in the bushes against bots, and I was killing the bots that way. And people got mad over that. It's that's just it's a lot of weirdos, man, and they only play bots. I'm like, come on, man, I can do this to humans. Okay, I have done this to humans. What is the problem here? Why don't you just stick to your freaking computer, your little computer opponents? Okay, but that's how people are, man. They just I don't know. I've always called Jin Zhao General Shang or Exhibit. Yeah, I never played Xin Zhao. I didn't play Xin Zhao too much longer after that. I never went back to him. And apparently the kill stealing never stopped. If you ask anybody who's played with me with Sona, people say I kill stole Sona. I'm like, man, look, all right, you attack the person. All right, I can't help it if my attack is the one that kills them. Okay, and then when I don't attack it, you get mad because I didn't last hit the motherfucker because he got away from you. So but because he got away from you and I let it happen. Now you're mad. I'm like, okay. First of all, you tell me not to take the kill. I'm supposed to just determine whether or not you can't get the last hit or not. I'm supposed to be. You're the AD. You're supposed to be doing more damage than me. I currently outdamage you as a support, and I'm placing wards. My gold isn't even going into my damage. Not all my gold anyway. It's I don't know, man. You know, at some point it stops being fun. When people bring their BS into it. So leave him alone. Why you don't kill? I kill. Why you don't kill? Like, yo, make up my mind. Am I killing or not? Okay. I left you enough damage. You only had one more hit, and you couldn't get the job done. He's still in range. I'm like, okay, hit him, hit him, hit him. You didn't hit him. Okay. Stop talking. I'm going to kill him from now on. Now your toxicity is making me toxic. Okay, leave me alone. All right, let me do my thing. We're going to win. We're going to make it. But that's how I learned to tank, though. Actually learned how to tank in solo queue. People were like, "What are you doing, man?" I was like, "I don't know how to tank, man." This is my first tank. My first tank was Bear. It was when Bear first came out. I tried him in the solo queue, and that was how I learned how to play him. Trial by fire. People were so mad, like, "Man, we just get out, no matter what happens." Because I was playing a little safe, admittedly. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to. But I was like, "That's my job." Okay, got you. That's how I learned how to tank. That's how I learned how to tank in all games, really. Um, it's not like I'm an MMO, really, but that's how I play tank now. I just put it all in the healer's hands. You got to give the you got to Jesus take the wheel. That's how you got to play tank apparently. So that's what I did. Yeah, I if you're still in range and you don't last hit I'm hitting Q. That's it. Or I'll hit purple if I'm on Sona. I'll hit purple so I'm still in range, and then I'll hit Q and kill him, or W, whichever, whichever one does the attack. I forget. I think it's W. The blue, green, blue, purple. Green is heal. Blue is the attack. I'm hitting blue, or is it the other way around? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm hitting the attack. I'm gonna stay in range and hit the attack if you don't kill him. And I just play like that from now on. Apparently, I'm a kill stealer, but whatever. We won. The enemy called me Prona. Okay, I didn't call myself Prona. You already know about that's the Prona bonus rule. Okay, you can't say I'm a Prona. I'm not a pro. I maintain that to this day. The enemy has to say it. That's the rule, and that's how you get the Prona bonus. If the enemy says it, who can say that they're wrong? If the enemy's calling me Prona and they surrender, I can't say it. They got to say it. And nobody can argue it either. Like, yo, listen, I've never called myself a Prona. I never said I was good with Sona. That's the enemy's job. And this happened all the time. So that's the rule. I can't say it. They got to say it. And then I'll say I got the prono. I'll just say all I say is I got the prono bonus. I got the prono bonus, and then I'll say that. I'll just keep saying it even after the game is over. Prono bonus. I'll probably say prono bonus a couple times, and then the next game all over again. You got to start the process over. You don't kill him, I kill him, or then I keep killing him. One time I taunted the enemy, but I was so strong at Sona, and I had the runic bulwark, which made her invincible in some cases. Uh, I was talking trash to the enemy, and they all tried to gank me, and I killed all of them. And then I kept talking trash, and then they just surrendered. And they typed in the chat, Proto, you got Proto here. There's a Proto here, and just left. I'm like, hey, look, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. They said it. Okay. Chronoboses gives you a buffer. Yeah, my head swells up to about this big. But I never said it. I never said I was a Prona. I'm not a Prona. I'm not good with Sona. I'm not good with Sona. The enemy says I'm good with Sona. That's the rule. Remember that. That's how it goes. And that was the only thing that anybody could say is that I kill stole, because that was all they could say. That was all they could say. I never said I was good. They said it. They said it. Remember that. They said it. You think they're lying? You think the enemy's lying? They fought me. They fought us. But they also fought me. You see what this game does to you? All right? I'm not like this, okay? That's what that game does. All right? You don't want to bring that out, okay? You don't want to bring that stuff out. I'm not good with anyone. Better with this champ than you are with your champ at that moment. Then it's just a moment battle. Yeah. That game was the perfect game. This game, not so much. It can go any way you want it. Also, I like Gameplank though. I like Gameplank because Crit Plank, it was like a dopamine hit. If you run up to somebody and then you just hit Q and they die immediately, because you have all crit runes and you built for crit and you have pretty good attack, and I could just press Q and you die. Very satisfying. Same thing with Twitch. Twitch is more attack speed though. That's how I built them. I put more attack speed so that way I could just go invisible, run behind the enemy while they push, thinking that he's alone, with a prey. I get behind him. I do his little attack buff, his attack speed buff, shoot him in the back, hit him with the poison, and then I let them escape. I let them run away, and then I just hit expunge, and then hitting the button and then seeing you have slain an enemy. He's off screen somewhere. He's running in the jungle. I don't know where he's going. He's not going anywhere because he's already dead. And then I just hit him with the E, and he's dead. That was very satisfying too. We don't want these stretching. I gotta bring these back under control because these are gonna wrap around. As a matter of fact, you know what? I can only go back 10. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring these down so we don't have that curving problem anymore. Got a little carried away with thinking about League back in the day, but no, I'm not good at League. My team was the only reason why I was able to do any of that stuff. I maintain that to this day. I just don't really feel like playing it anymore, anyways. I don't want to go through that. It can be fun. It can be very fun, but it's also, people can make it stressful, and it's not always fun. I've said before that I like the thrill of the stress and anxiety of tanking in 14. I've only really played tanks. I think I played monk and samurai because it's sometimes you just want to just play the game and just be brain dead, and being any DPS really is can help you with that, especially samurai. Really, you just hit your combos and you'll do the most damage out of everything most of the time. But in League, there's no that League doesn't have that. When something becomes stressful, then it kind of affects you in a negative way. Yeah, clip, bull, poison. Yeah, and then you got spray and pray. If you got that up, that's a definitely a kill. That's when like Teemo Shroom kills you with the poison ticks. Yeah, Teemo was dangerous. Taking 429 damage every second for 6 seconds. You just stand still after that. Yeah, you're basically dead. I don't play League because the world is switching away from Windows 7. So until I upgrade my OS, I can't play right now. My next account is about 60 or 70 level. My old main was like 1078, 11, 12-year comp. Yeah. Well, I guess I have to take that account off my list then, since I know now that you're not going to get it back. That's crazy that they permaban you over that. It was just one game. You can't really judge someone's entire account over one game. Well, I guess you can because Judge Dredd is the tribunal. I miss all my stuff, all my accolades, my skins, my chromes, my friends list. Yeah, it sucks. There were some times I was sure I was gonna get reported for something. Like I said, all that trash talking. That people can view that as toxic. It was very playful. I never really said anything that was offensive or insulting, or at least to my knowledge anyway. I mean, you can say anything these days and that can be that interpreted that way, but I kept it lighthearted at the very least. I would say stupid stuff like, oh, like I would hit somebody with Pantheon Spear because that was one of my people that I like too. I said, I'm sorry, that spear slipped out of my hand. I was eating pop, some dumb stuff, just to get under their skin a little bit. Maybe that would help them play worse. And a lot of times it did. Sometimes they would try to gank me, or they would, do something silly, or they would start internally arguing. You can tell because sometimes they would actually say it in all chat. It's like, man, look, it's not his fault. We just got him. We got him, and we kept getting him. Okay, it's not his fault. We literally outplayed him every time. All right, it's not his fault. We knew what to do. We have a game plan, and we stuck to it. Okay, it's not your teammate's fault. We just got him, and we kept getting him. Oh, okay, that's why it was. Yeah, I didn't I missed that part, Trig. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were banned in the past before. Yeah, I guess that could influence it. AFK timers it wasn't just that one game. It's probably the last straw out of 200 games. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure it was something that was more important than the game at the very least. Maybe it wasn't, but I mean, still, it's real life. That should always take precedence over a game at the end of the day. So even though you put a lot of time and effort into it, you can always get it back. It's not gone forever, except for the time, of course. But it all depends on how you look at it. I wouldn't fret over it too much. Yes, yes, they did. And if you're judging games, because I think you can do that on the site and look at people's games like anytime, like anybody can judge your game, right? You can just sign up for that, and you can look and else you can see like why they report people. I mean, the people looking at it can see if it's out of spite or not. So I'm pretty sure that I've been reported out of spite, but nothing ever came from it. So it's usually your own teammates anyway. And I didn't really. I only played with people I normally played with people that I know. I've only played a few solo games. I played with the Mumu, Sona, Volley Bear, I think Leona, and I did relatively well in those games. So um, I don't think there was a reason for my team to report me. So I never really had to deal with that. But mostly it was just people that I knew in real life that I played with. So I never really had to worry about being reported by my own team. Unless one of them just decided to just do it. I don't know. I don't think they ever did. Pick a champ they don't want, or you hover it and they ban your champ. Everybody just plays that game mad. That's why I never really wanted to play it solo, man. It's not fun solo. it can be fun, but you're basically playing with your hands tied behind your back because you can't pick wherever you want. First of all, you can't go wherever you want. Even if you, I mean, I know they put something in where you can call out what you want. They put you in games where where you're more likely to get what you sign up for. Like you want to be mid. I want to be Gragas mid or something like that, or just mid. I don't remember. I think you can just only choose the lane, and they'll try to put you in a game where you'll likely get that spot. But um, at least I mean I think that's how it works. I'm not really sure. I saw that it was a thing. I don't actually remember when if I was actually playing when they put that in the game, but it's a thing. Yeah, you can't do no off the wall stuff that will work just because it's off the wall because that will work. Everybody follows the meta, so if you do something outside of the meta, you got a good chance of winning right off the bat, and it actually works. Something that actually works. It's not really the meta at the time. 9 times out of 10 it'll work because people only really follow what esports people are doing or whatever is the best thing currently, but they don't have the skill to make it the best thing sometimes. So I don't know. It's kind of like fighting games where people expect you to do things. They try to condition you to make certain decisions, and when you don't make those decisions, they just accuse you of being random because they can't predict what your movement is. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. If your opponent's unpredictable, that is on you, not the opponent. That's the way I see it anyway. But then again, I'm not a fighting game pro. I just like playing them, and that's it. That's all really. But that's like kind of the same thing. You don't follow the accepted norms of any given thing in a competitive game. The first thing people will do is call you random or a bot. Yeah, autofill. Yeah, yeah. You can pick your roles, and the games will start mostly from your selections. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, your roles. Okay, I remember that. I think I was still playing when they changed that. You can get autofill where they overrule your choices. Overruled your choice. What's the point of being autofilled? You can just nah. You know what? I know you picked that, but nah, you're not getting that. You go over here. Pick me, Yasuo. I can't play support. Can you trade me, please? I don't have any support champs. Please, I can't. You know, since I have learned how to play everything except jungle, I actually would consider giving, even though Sona support is my basically my the best I've ever done in that game. Um, if I if I decide, okay, maybe I'll pick somebody else that I'm good with, like I said, Gameplank or Twitch, and they're an AD or a mid, I'll switch with them. I don't mind playing those, even though I wanted to play Sona and attempt to get a Brona bonus again. I don't mind giving up Sona. It's not or just support. It's going to be Sona because I only know how to play Sona. I never played any other support, so I don't know. I only played Sona. That's why I always say Sona, not support. I'll make these a little thinner. But if I wanted to play Gragas mid, then I can do that. I've had plenty of time doing that, so I can do it. I don't know if people play Gragas mid anymore, but that's real. We're reaching way far back there on that one. Or Lux. I played Lux for a time. Lux was fun. Or Caitlyn. I'll do it again. Game over roll sometimes you just to keep the games going. Yeah, there's so many people that play League. I'm surprised anything gets overruled. I had the advantage to that system because I played jungle support, the two least like, most blamed, and least thanked roles. Yeah, I've never played jungle. I don't even know how to jungle, but I do know how to play support. Support's easy. I just never tried the jungle. I've seen people do it, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know how to do it. Luckily, we had a dedicated jungler, so I never had to do it. We had two different junglers, um, 99 jungle and Doomwalker jungle. They both knew how to jungle, and I never had to worry about it. And every now and then they would, mostly Doomwalker would jungle, but sometimes 99 would too. So I never really wanted to attempt jungling because they were good enough at it to where it would help us if we were lagging behind. I was intimidated by being a jungler. I was intrigued by it, but it was also intimidating. Like I was like, I kind of wanted to learn, but I never really got a chance to. So I don't know how to do it. You have to then think on the go. Yeah, watch the timers, make sure it ganks with your farming and bait. Yeah, that was the problem. I may have tried it in bots. Mixing ganks with farming is I didn't get a rhythm with that, and I kind of didn't really attempt to try to learn it. Baiting enemy jungle, taking their camps, chasing them off so they can't gank, then gank in their absence. Yeah. Who did you jungle with? My number one was I could go anywhere, anytime, for any duration or not. Dislike lanes because I'm forced to go back to that lane even if I'm losing to keep losing. Everyone, okay. You know, Trundle was he was always like the bot. He was always like a bot. They always that was like a bot that they always picked. I know he can jungle though. I was always intrigued by Trundle jungle. That's a thing, right? That is a thing, right? Or I'm misremembering that. I'm not sure. Dirty Diana. Yeah, I remember Diana. That's what I call her, Dirty Diana. Dune Walker picked Diana. Jarvan, the fourth. I never played Jarvan. I always went bot with Twitch. Same thing with Kha'Zix. Never really played Trundle though, but I've seen Trundle jungle. But actually go with that club. Yeah. My other junglers, I'm just gonna try to brainstorm. I think people jungled with the Moo, but I've only used them as a tank. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. We want to do this. Oh, see, we made a mistake there. We don't want to do that. We'll do that though. And well, the thing is going this way. Okay, well, I guess triangles are fine. It kind of bridges the two roles together. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but we'll see. Save it. We don't want this to crash. If it crashes now, we got a lot of recovering to do. Jarvan Kha'Zix, Xin Zhao, Volley Bear before the change. Yeah, Volley Bear before the change was very strong. I only tanked with him, but he was unstoppable. I would always sing the Always Coca-Cola commercial jingle when I play with him. The Boo Maokai. I never played Maokai or Malphite or Rammus. Hecarim. Hecarim was only horse dude, right? Yeah, I played with Hecarim before. I used to say the Tom Green thing. Listen to my hooves when I played Hecarim. Listen to them cloppity clop. See, I just said dumb stuff, man. I didn't, how you can get mad at that, all right? How can you get mad at dumb stuff, okay? I know you're losing, or it's really dumb. That alone could make somebody mad, but whatever, man. I had fun with it. I tried to have fun with it anyway. Yeah, Rammus. Yeah, yeah. 99 was that was like his main for when I first started the game. He was playing Rammus a lot. That Tristana, Heimerdinger. So yeah, I've seen Rammus in action quite a bit. Rammus is interesting. And I think he had that Koopa Troopa inspired skin. They stopped giving that skin out. It was like a legacy skin or something like that. But he had that skin. At least that was my understanding. I could, like I said, it's been a long time since I've played League. I might be misremembering some things about it, but I'm pretty sure that was a thing. I didn't play Volibear anymore after the change. Wait, why did that happen? Oh, I wanted to see something. I was testing something. It copied twice, but without me selecting it. And that happened before. Yeah, that happened yesterday too. Not really sure how I did that. Yeah, stack speed and run into people. Yeah, and then you get the debuff when you hit them, and then you just tank whoever you hit. Support didn't have a main because I played so many, but top five were definitely Senna. I wanted to try Nami. I actually bought Nami, but I've never played with her. Never played with her. I don't know why. Leona was the woman with the armor and the sword, right? The sun with the sun powers or fire. Was that Leona? Who am I thinking of? Okay, I did play Leona, but not as a support. I don't know if that was playing her right, but I never played her as a support. Yeah, Diana's sister, right? Okay. Diana's chosen of the moon, yeah, chosen, and she's chosen the sun, yeah. Got you. I honestly don't remember if I knew they were sisters. I don't think I did know that. I played Leona though. I played Leona. I don't remember playing her as a support. Kindred, never played Kindred. I never played Rengar either. I played Kha'Zix, but not Rengar. That was Typo's character was Rengar. I always joke about Rendar's teeth. That was one of the things. Got all gums. That's why he can't get it. I think I did try Vi. Did I try Vi? That might have been another Doomed character, Doomed Walker's character. I don't remember if I actually played Vi before. I think I played Jinx, but I'm not sure about Vi. Jinx was another character. That was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, she seemed okay. I know a lot of people liked her, but that wasn't a character that I was really interested in playing. Oops, I can do that. Kha'Zix and Vi take early solo dragons. Vi with that armor break and punch through. Yeah, I remember something with a punch. She got those robot arms, right? I should try drawing a lead character one day. I don't know which one I would draw though. I guess my favorite one, Sona. Sona is my favorite character. If I had played Sona first and I would have only played Sona ever. Maybe Gangplank. I did like Gangplank. I would have just bought Gangplank, Sona, and Twitch, Pantheon, Lee Sin. Those were my favorite characters. I did like Caitlyn though, and I liked Akali for a bit. I kind of fell off with her though. I was good with her at first, but then people started catching on and killing me. I couldn't play with her anymore. Same thing with Kennen. I had a couple of good games at first, but then I don't know. I guess things just don't work all the time. I was AP Kennen. That seemed to work at first. It just stopped working one day, and I stopped playing him. I was like, okay, I gotta stop playing this guy. I'm not. I'm dragging us down now. They got me. They got my ticket. They got my ticket, and they're punching it. I gotta play somebody else. Never played Darius. Never played Draven either. I did play Blitzcrank. That was fun. Just snatching people running away and back into the team and just killing them. it's just, you're in a team fight and you just see a gold hand just grab a random person and just pull him away, pull him out of the fight. He's gone. Can't see him again. He's been snatched into the darkness. He snatched his birthday. Lux was fun too, but I wouldn't really call her my favorite. I did pretty well with her. I tried Miss Fortune when she was free. She was good, but I didn't, for some reason, I didn't want to play with Miss Fortune. That would have been my first champion, but I chose uh Cassidon first. That was my very first champion that I got. I should have chose Miss Fortune first though, because I didn't play Cassidon for very long. It was like he was okay, but he wasn't like my, he wasn't really my champion. You know, he was kind of weird to play in comparison to any other champion after the fact, you know, because he was my first champion. I didn't really have any frame of reference to go off of as far as how he played. I just tried a different champion one day. I was like, oh, I like this champion better than Kha'Zix, and I just never went back. Or not Kha'Zix, I'm Cassidon, sorry. But yeah, I should have tried Nami. I wanted to try her. And Jana, that was the wind, right? The wind woman. Storm, essentially. I should have tried her, but I never wanted, I just did not want to stop playing Sona for whatever reason. I was like, yeah, I should try some other supports one day, and I just never did it. I'm gonna change that. Rotate that. Yeah, I want to start from behind, and hopefully we can get these lined up. I'm gonna need more lines or more edges down here to line up all these rows. So this is going to be interesting. Maybe I could, because the top of the head's really not going to move as far as you know when manipulating it. Like we're not going to move his ears or anything, so we could probably use bigger polygons for the top of the head instead of these smaller ones. I'll have to see how the best way to do that, or we could just leave it like this. It doesn't really matter. I did like Caitlyn as well. I just one day I just stopped picking her though. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Got your cupcake traps. And you just shoot whoever's in the trap, basically. Let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, we're just moving along here. We're trying to get the back connected to the sides. Let's see. Look at a list. Supports other than the top five. Alistair. Never played Alistair. Never played Bard. I think Bard was after my time. I did play Blitzcrank. Never played Braum. Never played Cho'Gath. I forgot all about Fiddlesticks. Yeah, I made him for a while. Fiddlesticks was fun. Galio. Never played him. Jana. Never played him. Karma. Kale. Did I play Kale? I don't think I played Kale. Wait, which one was Kale again? Leo, Lissandra, Lulu, Lux, Maokai, Morgana, Nami. Nautilus was fun. I played Nautilus. Nautilus was real fun. Oriana, Poppy, Rel, Senna, Soraka. Tarek was fun as well. Didn't play them as support, but I played them. Never played Thresh either. Trundle. Twisted Fate. I did try him. I think I tried him in ARAM. Xylene, Zyra. Yeah, I think I was thinking of Kale instead of Leona. I'm not sure anymore. I kind of get them confused. Some of those were jungle too. Rumble jungle, Rumble in the jungle. Darius Nocturne. Never played Nocturne. Twitch when I want to have fun. Twitch is fun. I mean, you could technically jungle with Twitch. from a different lane because you can just go invisible. Anybody who jungles, you can just appear and just get them. That's basically you can counter jungle with Twitch even like from any lane. I caught people in the jungle all the time as Twitch. I just go through the jungle invisible and see what I can find. Oh, you think you're gonna find those animals right over there? Nah, nah, you're getting shot in the back. Morgana's sister. Never played Morgana either. They both have armor. Kale swings sword. Fire comes out. Yeah, one of them, either Leona or Kale, one of those I tried. I just don't remember which one. They changed her to be very weak early and very strong later. I cannot tell you which one it was anymore. It's been too much time. I don't even know if I'll ever go back to that game. It's not really that fun when you're playing by yourself, to be honest. We already explained the reason why. It's just not fun playing with strangers in that game. Nobody's there to have fun. They're just I don't know why they're there, to be honest. Like why are you even here, man? You're clearly not having fun. Why don't you just play something that makes you happy? I can't play a game that I hate. Sorry. Or that makes me feel in a way that's not positive. I just can't do it. Because if a game is not fun, I will just stop playing it. People like to play games they hate for some reason. I don't know. Leona is the big shield. I wouldn't mind going back, but it's missing the elements you would go back for. Your old friends learning together, being called, feeling good, and we lost. Yeah, there's a lot of I don't think anybody plays that anymore. I think many of those people play Overwatch. Not really into Overwatch like that, but I do want to try Marvel Rivals. It shares some similarities with Overwatch in a way. I don't mind Overwatch though. It's just I'm not super into it. That's all. That's really it. I don't play it enough to be a help anyway. Like usually a hindrance because I'm so green at the game. Last time I played it, I don't even. I think I had one good game and that was it. Really, I can play Bastion and the woman that flies with the rocket launcher. I don't remember her name. Those are the champions I can resonate with the most, but I don't know, man. Try to get the back of the head some more here. Let's see. We would need, in order to make this even, we would need what? Three more lines down here, three more rows, three more edge loops. It's not looking good. It's looking like we're going to run into a problem real soon here. A big problem. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Nah, we'll see. I'm sure we'll work it out. We always do. We'll make it neat. I don't. No, I brought up League. It's you have nothing to be sorry about. I don't mind talking about stuff that isn't that has nothing to do with what I'm doing because this is so tedious that there's only so much I can say with copying and pasting polygons. Okay, so it's completely okay. Don't apologize for it. You can talk about League, whatever. It don't even matter. This is very mind numbing, and it causes me to make mistakes. That's the only reason why I run into problems because sometimes I'll just run away with the copying and pasting, and I don't really haven't really paying attention to what I'm doing. That has nothing to do with you. Sometimes talking about League makes you want to play it, but then I remembered that it's not fun by itself. Sorry, no, don't worry about it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. A lot of people lurk. People lurk. I can't even see who's in the chat anyway, so I don't mind that. It's lurker friendly, okay? I don't mind chatting. That's a tag. That's a tag. I tag that. I tag my videos with that. You can lurk. You can talk. It don't matter. It makes this. It makes these mind numbing tasks here more enjoyable anyway. All I have to do is just do it nice and neat. That's literally it. If I don't, then I'll just have to fix it later. I miss it, but then I get into the queue and someone says one thing and I'm like, right, I forgot. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, now I remember why I stopped playing. Oh, how can it slip my mind? I can always go back to bots though. I don't really mind playing bots. If I really want to play the game, I just play bots. And I just deal with everything that comes with that. But whatever. It's the same stuff really, but there's no stakes. There's no reason to be mad, but people find a way for some reason. Some reason people find a way. I gotta I gotta curate my friends list though. I know like most of the people who are on my friends list don't even play the freaking game anymore, or haven't been. I guess you won't be returning to your account, so I gotta remove your old account off my list since I know it will never be online again since they banned it. It sucks, but I don't know if I don't even know if I have it installed on my gaming computer though. Let me see. Do I have it installed on my gaming computer? I do not. It's on my streaming computer, but it ain't on this computer. Yeah, I used to talk trash to the enemy, but it was like that was like a psychological warfare thing because I know they would get angry. There was only a few people who would banter back, and it make it even more fun. But um, I talk to the enemy to talk trash to them, and sometimes that would influence whatever decisions they decide to make. If I knew I could kill all five of them, or four people, right? Sorry, five or four. If I knew I could kill the whole team, I would goad them into ganking me and then just kill them. And usually that would force the surrender because you can't kill me. How you gonna kill my team? And I would like to maintain that no, I am not good at the game. These things just work sometimes. I can't explain it. I am not good at the game. That is for the enemy to decide. Yes, they would. Yes, yes. Sometimes they would take it into all chat, and it's you can easily just capitalize on that. When they start arguing with each other in all chat, it's like yeah, and then you can chime in and make it worse. And then it'd be like, hey, why don't hey you hey guys, can you ban this guy on our team? And we'd be like, why? He helped us win. Why would we ban him? I think he did a good job helping us win. Compliments and positive stuff. It tripped out more about that than actual trash talk. Oh, you're doing a great job. Like you kill him and you kill them all. Like, wow, y'all are really good. And you start laughing. That's kind of messed up. I think I saw that in a movie once. It was a Bruce Willis movie. I think it was the whole 9 yards. Like he complimented the bad guys like right before he was like, "Wow, you guys are really good." And he starts laughing and then he just kills them. I was like, "Wow, that's really screwed up, but kind of funny. That's kind of hilarious." I've never actually done that in League. I wish I had thought of it. The trip they jumping on themselves. No, it wasn't. No, I wasn't. He banned my heck room. No, like real positive stuff. Like that was a nice game. Oh, okay. Nice job taking that tower. Yeah, people. Yeah, they got mad at that. Wow, that's how you know how the mindset of people going into that game. That's it's very telling of that community. Do they expect the trash talk? I don't know. Compliments? One that got me when people would ask, "Was that worth it?" We're like, "Well, are you dead? Yes, then it's worth it." Or you wait until their base is about to explode and you ask, "Worth?" You don't say anything when they say worth it, and then you just answer that question like at the end of the game. Like, yes, it was worth it. Boy, that would spin them up. Hilarious. It's easy to get under people's skin sometimes. Just don't be susceptible to it. Is your base exploded? Then yeah, I'd say it's worth it. I think it was worth it. I don't know. You tell me. It's like what's the point of asking that question? You're just trying to downplay that you died. Worth? Yeah, yeah, it was worth it. You died. Sometimes you trade. Like it happens all the time. It's probably one of the most common things in a league game. You die and then I die. Okay. Why does it matter if it's worth it or not? You're only trying to make yourself feel better when you say that, I think. You're good you said that. Oh wow, that's a nice game, guys. Your mother sucks Scottsdale. I'm like, whoa, guy, whoa. We don't need to take it that far, okay? Not so much conversation, but because I trained myself to pay attention to everything to enhance myself as a player. So it was like daredeviling me, just more words and numbers flying by. Oh, whoa. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Thinking if I could fit 4 in this space without it looking tacky. And then I have to connect all of this too. I don't know, man. I think we have to do something about this here. We may have to delete some lines and space them out because this is not going to work unless we put all triangles here somehow. Hey, Nihao, welcome to the stream. Good morning or good evening, wherever you may be. Thank you for stopping by. We are continuing our retopology. We're almost done with the head. Apparently, we're getting there, slowly but surely. I turned it off. I turned off the lady's voice because that start bothering me. An ally has been slain. Enemy triple kill. An enemy is godlike. It started to make me feel bad because I couldn't help them. Well, I mean, there was not really anything you can do about it. It's going to happen regardless if you hear it or not. So that never really bothered me too much. I liked hearing what I did. You can't help an enemy has been slain unless you were there and you decided not to help them. That's the only way to. If you decided not to help them, then that's definitely on you. But if you couldn't help them, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. You know, there's nothing you can do, and then they blame you for it. I mean, it ain't gonna matter what that announcer said. Now you got a whole other problem to deal with. Yeah, you are indeed. You do have a bigger job than say bottom or top. I get that. You're going to get blamed no matter what. You can't help everyone. You're one guy. You have to choose a direction. If you go up instead of down and down dies, that's not your fault. You made a call. Now, if you go up and you get killed and then down dies anyway, I mean, what are you gonna do about that? There's nothing you can do about that. You still made the call at the end of the day. Yeah, down will blame you. Yes. You go up and die, they blame you. You go down and up dies, they blame you. Yeah, it's juggling is that's I feel like that just comes with the territory, man. I don't know. I've seen it all with junglers. Junglers do get blamed all the time. Hell, I even blamed the jungler. But I wasn't like super serious about it. If I watched a jungler walk in at Shaco, throw a knife, and then run away, and not even participate in the team, I'm going to say something, okay? But it's not a big deal. Not really. It's your call to make. I'm not a jungler. I don't even know how to jungler. How am I going to tell you how to play? It's time to do team fights. Just do the team fights. That's all. That's all anybody asks. That's really it. To be honest, that's really the only criticisms I have for junglers. We decided to do a team fight or a gank. Maybe we need your help. Maybe, I don't know. But that's a team thing, you know. That's really on the entire team. That's not really on the jungler. If the team decides to do something, you just expect the jungler to show up because he's a psychic. That's kind of not the jungler's fault. 14-2, nobody says, yeah, nobody can say anything if you're 14-2. Soccer rules 40K. I died once, 1-1-22. And it's like, oh my god. They'll say that if you have more kills and you die once, and it was like, oh my god, why did you die? Why did you do this? They'll criticize. I died once in 27 minutes in. Why are you yelling at me? That's hard to get used to. Hard to get used to being blamed and then reversing it and not blaming yourself automatically. Nah, and if you know it ain't your fault, don't even worry about it. I mean, I don't really, I don't know, man. Like I said, I never was a jungler. I can't even begin to know how that is because I never done it. But that's basically exactly what I did. Right there. So I just got to just have to put a triangle there. I'm not gonna do it that way. I'll just do it the way it was before, like that, and just do this. Boom. All right, so we're gonna have a thick row, and then I don't know. It's gonna get a little weird. We'll have to fix it though. We'll definitely have to fix it. There's really no. I don't know. I don't know if there's a proper way to do this. All I know is the edge loops, which mostly are covered now. That's the only thing that I know. That's the only guidance that I've received. Everything else was kind of like just do it the best you can. I'd be really interested to see how a planned out fully from start to finish looks, but we got to finish this first before we can. We have to finish and see how it affects the mesh down the line before we can make those types of choices. I hold myself accountable when I make a bad call. I can take it, but when I make the call and two of the four go, that's what makes it fail sometimes. People only want to do something if they will get the kill. Yeah, I've seen that personally. Yeah, I know there's a lot of junglers who play that way. Uh, and just players in general. You know, if they'll only do something is if it's a guaranteed success. I myself said that I like it when I know when I press this button, they're gonna die. That unlocks the dopamine in my head, you know, in my brain. It's a shot of dopamine. I even said that. That's a very real thing. Yes, but um, I'm not afraid to take risks. So I mean, if I know I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna kill him. Except that one time when I didn't kill him because there was somebody because the AD complained that I was killing too much and they weren't getting anything. So I said okay. So I weakened them and I let him go and he didn't kill him. That's why I do it. You freak. That's why I freaking do it. Make sure they're dead. I'm supporting you by killing them. I just wanted to kill, to be honest. I just wanted to kill. I'm not even gonna try to say that there was like a higher method to what I was doing. I just wanted to kill them, okay? And I did. They can tell me what I am after. If I'm a prona, they can tell me that. If I'm a kill stealer, they can tell me that too. But we're going to win. One. Well, yeah, we're having an issue here with how this is going to line up, but we'll work through it. We actually fixed the tempo a little bit. We made it look better, so we could probably do the same thing with the back of the little cranium here, his little cranial area. I was going to call it that, a cranial area. We'll make it. My favorite is when they beg for ganks and then I gank and then they stand there for recall or something because I didn't go gank the second they want it. Yeah, that's the thing. No, there's no leadership in a league team game. You have to like work together. People don't get that. People just because you do the most damage doesn't make you the leader. Everybody has a job to do and they got to do it. Where's my jungler? The jungler's been up there 3 times, but you have 0 wards out. We're my number one favorite pet peeve. Yeah, wards. Yeah, we when I played with friends, I never used wards because we were good enough to operate without them. We kind of had an idea of what they were going to do before they did it, and very rarely we got like ganked and it worked. But I would take some time and put some wards down. Sometimes I didn't put wards down. If I got kills early, I wouldn't really worry about wards too much, or I would buy wards after. But normally I started without wards because we knew what was going to happen. Everyone's going to either try to get red or blue first, because they had a jungler. We knew if they were going to try to get the one of that first, and we just go gank the jungler at the start of the game because we knew where he was going to be at, and most of the time it worked. So it's like, okay, we know what's going to happen. They're going to either help the jungler, and we're going to have a early, like a freaking, like literally like minute one gank, and take the red and blue, or we were all going to die. But we knew where the enemy was going to be, so we didn't bother with wards. As for the gank, okay, cool, and they are pussy winning around and I die. Then they go in gun hole and they also die. Yeah, yeah. No half measures. Yeah, that's happened before. That's happened. That's a very common thing. Go in, but now you're scared to go in. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Change wards to be free and automatically put in your bag if you get too far away from the base. Yeah, I forget which ward I was using, but yeah, I remember free ones or very cheap ones, something like that. You get a free ward or something like that. Yeah, we use those. That wasn't always a thing though. Ward it, just put one in like near the jungle and then put one in the river. That way, it just put them where we know the most likely place they're going to try to get something early, and then we just go kill them. But normally we knew what was going to happen, like because people were like they were on the meta, they would. It was like we knew what they were going to do, and not everybody did it, but sometimes we would get the color and they wouldn't even come. We would just, or we got red and blue for our jungler. Nobody came, so they're playing defensive. They're just going to stay in their lane. So now we'll just let the jungler do his thing, and we'll set up ganks because he's got red and blue. We got to set ganks up now so we can, uh, so we can just kill him, or he'll farm whatever the jungler wants to do because he's in the chat with us. So it's like, it's much easier when you can just say what's going on and it's happening. So that's a thing too. When you're playing with strangers, you don't always get that. Communication is key. The green ones, pink wards, as the old players say, are now control wards, top and bot with ward or river, or sometimes they buff the buff they are near, so that is nice. Yeah, some people like getting that early, so it's like, okay, we're gonna get it, and we saw what they picked, so they're probably gonna get it too. So we're gonna set up for an early game or steal it. We can wait for it's low, and then we all just hit the thing. We attack them, we attack their guy, and then the jungler hits the thing or whatever, and they steal it, and then we just leave. But normally we just try to kill them and take it. Sometimes the wrong person would get red or blue buff, and then we'll just use it in the lane. It's like, all right, well, we'll just be super aggressive now in the lane while the jungler farms. I don't know. All kinds of, there's so many scenarios that's happened. I can't even remember them all, but it's like, I can only say that this has happened. I don't really remember the circumstances behind it. I over warded as support, sometimes 80 wards in a game. Always invaded the jungle. I never warded that much. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I never said I was good. That's the enemy's job to say it, and they have said it. I only have their words to go off of. I've never claimed otherwise. And no, I'm not trying to insinuate that I think that I legitimately don't think I'm good at all. But I did like playing the game. Not trying to. This not fake humility here. I'm literally saying this. I'm literally taking this at face value. I never said I was good at the game, and I'm not implying that either. I think we could do it this way. As a support, I would play as a jungler, sweep Dragon, sometimes starter, beg for jungler to come, war Miami buffs just because I'm close. Yeah, I warded. As Sona, I warded, and then I just played the lane. That's all I did. And then, when there was a team, I was ready for a team fight. When there was a team fight, because I had to be there. I can make the entire team faster. I can heal them. I can get them in and out of ganks with the extra movement speed. Sometimes it really helps, even though I take purple last, because normally I can play early game with green and blue, which is Q and W, and then save E for later. I'll probably get ultimate before I get E. But when we start doing team games, I gotta have E, so that way we can get in and get out faster. We can chase them down if we want, or we can get out of that little window of escape when they try to gank us. Playing support can be very rewarding for the team. People notice that you're doing a great job. There's team fights where they wouldn't trust you, now they do. Yeah, it's because you helped them get Dragon, saw them doing it, so you went up to help on your own. Like everything, it's not all bad all the time. Yeah, like I said, League can be very fun. It's just when people when people allow it to be fun, it's fun. You see, they have to keep making triangles, and then I can like if I can get a line right here, if I can divide this triangle into two, I could just turn that into a square and then pull it together and kind of make it look better. It's not perfect, but at least it's I feel like it's a lot better than the last mesh. We're getting there. No, that just makes a full triangle. Loop button slide. Well, we could do, like I said, we could do that and then just delete this after. Very hacky, but it works. And then we could just take this line and dissolve it again, like so. And then we can take these lines, dissolve them. Wait, go back. Yeah, dissolve them. Okay, never mind. I'll just do that. Dissolve them and then just dissolve this one. Now we have an actual row there, and we can create another one if you want it. That's kind of the only way this is going to happen. They have one thick row instead. Maybe we can divide that row too if it's thick enough. I think what I'm going to do, let's see, make this smaller. This is behind the ear, so and then just divide this in half. We might be able to work that out. Yeah, we can do it. See, much better. But now we got a big square here, but we can fix that. No problem. Take that, and then we can delete it. go into vertex mode and then just make. Okay, okay, never mind. That's that's not gonna work that way. uh, but I guess we could just do the same thing that we did with the other thing right there, the other area. Just save it. I'm looking at what I am doing here. The next move. Maybe like that. Well, I'm not sure about that. You want to create it. Let's see. Yeah, wait. Oh, no. Okay, we could do it like that. I gotta put that line back over here. Oh, I can't. Never mind. It doesn't go on this one for some reason. Well, shucks. Uh-oh. We got a problem. What the heck happened over here? Let's go inside the cranium and see what's going on. What the heck? I must have accidentally selected something because now we made a mistake. All right, we'll handle that in a second. We'll do that, and then what the heck happened here? Oh. Oh, no, well, it's still bad. It's still bad. Hold on. Faces? A fake? Okay, here we go. There's the problem right there. Delete that. Okay. We will fix that. It will be fixed. Solve these. Okay, now we have the squares that should be there already. That were there and they're back. Same space. All right. Boom. And then we solve that. Okay, so now we just have this. Yeah, that you can kind of see like right around here is kind of different. The topology is off, but let's see. Is there anything more I can do here? I had to just to get two rows here to match. I kind of have to do that all the way up now, which we did. But I took away that line because then we have to keep doing it as we go further and further up, and eventually it's going to get to a point where it's like crushed together here. I don't want that. I'm thinking maybe just go back to having these lines gone. Or at least this one. I can do that one, but not this one. That's freaking weird, man. Well, that's okay. If I really wanted to do this one, just remove this one. and go to, well, I don't even have to go there. I can just do this. Does that look any better? I don't know. It really doesn't. It'll just keep going up until we have a thinner row here. I mean, we could try it. I mean, I already did this. Well, we can try it. Just trying to make it look better. That's all. That's all. Really, all I'm doing at this point when it comes to this area is just try to make it look more organized and not random because we did a lot of that last time. A lot of it we had to fix. I'm trying not to do that this time. I'm trying to do better. Oh, hit G instead of, or F instead of G. We don't want to do that right now. So now we just have this square. As far as seams, for when we unwrap, we need one along the top of the head. We have that line there. That's good. And then we have one around the head. So we can unwrap this no problem. So as far as that concerned, this is not bad. That's the only thing that would be affected by a weird topology is how you unwrap it. We don't have to worry about the head. We need to unwrap it here, underneath the arm, and around the wrist. Kind of open it up like a piece of paper. One around the waist. That'll take care, and doing that for the arm will automatically take care of the torso because of the seams around the neck and the waist. We shouldn't have to do that really. If there's any problems with the torso, then we can like make another seam somewhere. I don't think that'll be a problem though. I only really had problems with unwrapping the legs. It was somewhere in the loin area where the groin is and in between the legs. I had some mistakes on there that was making it difficult for me to unwrap it, but I fixed it. I found it and I fixed it. It was a polygon that wasn't connected. That was really what it was. Which is something that could happen if we don't do this right. It's an easy fix though, so it's not really a big deal. But we're trying not to make those types of mistakes. That's um, one shape ruined the whole thing. Yeah, it not so much as ruined, but it does get in the way of like it doesn't unwrap right, and then that can affect your textures, and then it kind of compounds to so on and so forth. You're gonna have mistakes in your textures if you don't unwrap it right and have the correct UVs. So I know that much, but I'm more concerned of posing because sometimes if it's not right and you pose it, you'll see like deformities in the skin, and that's not good because that'll affect whatever we're using this as a reference for, which I can easily correct because I'm drawing it, but still, the better the reference, the better the drawing. It's not like we're going to copy it exactly anyway. I like to have some breathing room. Otherwise, everybody's gonna look stiff. We don't want that. We want things to look like they're organic, in motion. Like just drawing a statue, like, oh, I'm running. No, you don't want to do that. You gotta spice it up. Or I'm throwing a kick and he's just has his leg out. We're gonna try to avoid doing that, but that's a whole other thing. Okay. So you don't want to that when you rely on a reference too much. That's what you're going to get things that look stiff and wooden, and that's not good. At least not for me. It's not my goal. So it's just one square here. I could do two triangles, and I'm trying to experiment with that now, or three triangles, I guess. But that's very noticeable. That stands out. I don't want to do that. Let's dissolve it. That doesn't look too bad. It's just the line just ending right there is, look, that kind of isn't so different. It kind of stands out. I wanted to try to eliminate that, but I'm not really sure how to go about it. That's not that's definitely, that doesn't look great. The triangles actually look better because it looks like it ends naturally. It ends into um vertexes. You know, the lines move into vertexes, so it actually looks like it should be there. But then you can see a V right there. It breaks the pattern, so it's very easy to recognize. I'm staring at that triangle area. If I go silent, I'm using my my brain. I'm trying to use my brain here. Okay, brain cooking. My brain is cooking inside of my head. I'm just trying to see how I could do it, how I could solve this problem here. It won't unwrap there. It ain't so that shouldn't really, and this won't move. So I know this actually won't be this won't affect anything because I know how the character would move. This is something that isn't manipulated unless you do this, which is something that is not going to be possible on my on my meshes. So we're not gonna make them look like they can manipulate their skin. Like if I make them, if I animate them scratching their head, it's just gonna be this and not like you're not gonna be able to see the skin move or anything like that. Plus, this guy has hair, so I can hide that. But we're trying to improve our ret topology. We're not trying to make mistakes and hide them. I'd say I might just leave it, to be honest. I mean, I can't really. Hang on, let me see something. What if I just dissolve this one? Hmm. Besides the line being crooked, that doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's trying to follow the form of the head, but not really. It's not perfect, but that actually looks better. It's much less noticeable like this. At least to my eyes. I'm not really sure. When you're staring at something long enough, you start to miss things. Now we just have the line ending there in the back of the head. Can I can't do that. But I can do this. It's like you fix a piece of a puzzle and it like messes something else up. I can't think of anything right now where that happens besides this, but that's what's going on right now. We're changing one thing and it changes something else, and now we have to fix that. It's like I don't know, like a maybe like a sliding puzzle. Is that something that happens in a sliding puzzle? I'm not really sure. I haven't played one of those since one of those Bart Simpson games. Was it Bart Simpson versus the world? That's what I'm thinking of. There's something wrong about this. This seemed like a good idea at the time, but not really. If I could get this line to lead into this line, it would actually I would actually fix it. I could see that being a solution. how would I do that? What if I did this? Oh, that's not what we want. About right there, we can maybe delete these or dissolve them, and then delete that, and then we could just continue this with F2 and just kind of repurpose some of the edges to other areas, the edges that we have, kind of have this edge lead up into that. This is the type of things that I would save for offline, get some time and try to figure this out without, anybody who comes by. I don't want to waste their time looking at stuff like this tedious. I feel like that's not very fun to watch. It's but I am here to learn. I am learning. I don't mind streaming myself learning something, so we'll do it. We're gonna do it now. We'll do it live. And now we have 2 rows leading into one. I think we can get rid of this one. Yeah, that looks better. That looks way better. At least in my opinion. I'm not really I'm not an expert in anthropology, but it actually looks way better now. It looks like it makes sense. Now it's following kind of the form of the head a little bit. And we figured it out. Well, at least it looks better than it did before, at the very least. This still stands out. And this, but I'm not gonna finalize this. If I see a way to fix it, I will. Yeah, it doesn't look so bad. Now we can finish the rest of his neck. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna try to straighten some of these lines out. Yeah, butterfly effect. Yeah, like a snowball effect, cascade effect, whatever name. There's so many different versions of that concept. G. Okay, so we have 3 rows here and 2 rows here. So we got another issue to work out. Or do we? I think what I could do instead is, since this ends behind the ear, we can probably just delete one of these lines here and move on. It doesn't really. Matter of fact, yeah, we can do that right now. We just move this one down so it's as wide, and then go to this and just delete it. Dissolve it, not delete. I know I keep saying delete, but I mean it's the same thing really. But you're really just dissolving 2 halves into a whole. So I guess it means something different. It's the same thing. If I delete it, I'm sure it'll be the same way. Actually, I don't even want to test that because it's probably not true. It feels the same, but it probably isn't. Yeah, see, now we turned 4 rows into 2 just by like hunkering down and trying to figure it out. We had 4 rows to fix, and now we just only have 2, and we have enough here to make that happen. I mean, we still have this. We have to delete a row from this side in order for it to match up to the other. That's not really a problem, I don't think. Maybe one of the bottom ones. Maybe we can take this line and just delete it or dissolve it. All right, let's just get into it and try to fix this now. Let's see. Okay, we can easily just put that one together. Looks like this row might go. Oh, I don't know. You know, when I go around to the front of the face, it doesn't look like a row I can just delete. Maybe one of these bottom ones just has to be it because it's very close together down here. I could probably just get rid of one of those. Let's see. Okay, looking. Yeah, one of these rows has to go. I don't want to mess with the mouth too much because that is the thing that will be excuse me. That is the thing that will be uh, deforming the most because it'll be rigged. So we don't want to mess that up. These things will be manipulated a lot by the rig. The faces will be rigged so that I can make them show emotion. That's one of the things that I definitely want to express in my webcomic is the facial expressions, and I have a good base, you know, when I can rig the mesh. Good starting point. With the help of some actual people making emotions, we can definitely look and see how the face, you know, changes and looks when someone's smiling or frowning or whatever. We'll be able to show that in the rig. Okay, and we'll put that together. Yeah, we are running out here of space. We're closing the gap. It'll be interesting to see how this connects together because it looks like from right now, it looks like this is going to be one big uh polygon again, one big pentagon. We should be able to we'll find a way to reduce that to something that looks right. Let's see. Okay. I think we can take these two edges, make a triangle out of them. Actually, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. We just put a triangle down there like we've been doing. And we don't have to worry about just the two here, like we have right now. Let's see if we can somehow, if I can get a line there. No, I can't. I mean, I could do it like that, but I don't know. He still has to turn his neck, so we don't want to try to create deformities around his neck. Even if we could hide it with a collar, I'd rather not do that because this is something that will be manipulated a lot too. Maybe not as much as the face, but you know, he's going to have to turn his head eventually. I can easily see that being a thing. Let's see here. Let's see what happens, how it looks when we have it all together. Okay, honestly, we can just get rid of the triangles. The only thing is the lines are going to end here instead of at a vertex. It looks better when it ends at a vertex, but that's still not right. We want the lines to flow all the way around the head. There's some spots where it ends like here and here, but everywhere else pretty much matches up. So we only have two, right now, three problem spots here, here, and here. And I think if we concentrate enough, we could fix that. I'm going to meditate on it though. We're gonna try to do our best not to leave them like this. I feel like there's a way I can fix it. I'm just not seeing it right now. Let me try something while we're at it. Let's see, delete. You can delete the whole face. Delete the face, and maybe we can attack it from this angle and have it meet up like that, and then we'll have two rows. But we need edges for that, I think. Oh, that's just going to create a bigger triangle, isn't it? Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. All right, let's try something. I could do it that way too. Let's put these together. Oop. See, when I try to click away, I end up clicking another line. That's sometimes I make a mistake happens because of that. There. Let's see if we can do the same thing down here. The thing is, I want. Well, it does work. Maybe we could just pull the lines down a little bit and space them out a little bit more, and that's really all we have to do. I think that could work though. Let's try something. Let me see. Oh, we need to be in edges in order to loop, cut, and slide, and we can just do that for this, for the back of the neck here. Looking around. Okay. We might be able to get away with doing this. We could space them out. If I make the neck edge loop come down a little bit more, maybe we can create some space for these two rows as well. I could have just hit A, but I didn't. I'm sorry. Some shortcuts I'm still not used to using. I don't want to go down too far because this is going to happen. That's only because for some reason when you can't see when you're moving, it messes it up. I'm pretty sure it's because of snap, but I honestly don't know for sure. I want to grab a line that I know I won't miss, but I'm not sure which one. This one goes right into the lips. We don't want to remove that one. That's the one that would make the most sense, but I can't remove that one. This one goes right past the nose. I don't want to remove that one either. It's like I don't. There's nothing more I could remove. It's just you put it. You just leave them here. That's what I should do. They all match. I don't know if I should do that though. Control my A. Actually, I knew that. I just forgot. Sorry. No, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that'll work. I just want the head to be a little more even, but it doesn't seem like I have any more choice here. Matter. Oops. Grab this one too. Now I'm just trying to space them out vertically. I realized that I made that row a little bit too big, but I'm trying to straighten them and then move them. So that's what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Okay. I truly don't know if there's like a clear method for retopology, but I do know people look at that and say, "Oh, well, this retopology is good or bad." I honestly don't know. I'm not gonna put too much thought into it. I'm just gonna make it nice and neat and just hope for the best. Hope that it doesn't mess up anything down the line. Some people are really critical of retopology for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. It's just right here. It's bunched up. It's very noticeable. In here, I might just leave it like this. Honestly, I mean, I'm sure I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I mean, I could just probably just find a way to fix it. Like I said, it's just here and here left, and then these are bunched up. So I guess you could just say here still. Everything else seems like it makes sense. I don't know. Still do the ears, I guess. I might save the ears for tomorrow, though. I'm not really too worried about the ears too much. Basically, just cover them up. Not no, actually, not cover them up. We follow the form. That's it. We did that last time. We don't cover. We won't just cover up the ears. Okay, we follow the form. We're not covering. No, actually, we didn't cover up the ears. We covered up the fingertips. We just covered them, and we kind of lost a little, but just a little bit of detail with the fingernails. It's not super important. They came back when I baked the on the first mesh when I baked it a couple times. I can still see what I did. It's just that the nails don't stick out. They don't look like they come past the fingertips like they normally would if you don't cut them super low. If you just cut them normally, they still stick out a little bit. And normally when I cut them all the way down like that, they kind of hurt. When you move your fingers a lot, it kind of puts a lot of pressure on that skin. Skin's very delicate. And if you ever eat anything with barbecue sauce on it or any kind of spice, you're going to feel that and your fingertips are going to burn because that skin is sensitive. It's very sensitive, and it doesn't touch that. Um, it doesn't touch it. I don't know. I guess cutting it somehow, the little bit of manipulation of that skin is enough to make it sore. I guess I don't know. I haven't actually experienced that in a long time. It might have been just I had a hangnail and I just decided to bite it off instead, and then I ate something and it started burning. I don't actually remember. I haven't done that. I haven't bit my nails in over a decade. I'm not a nail biting person. But if they break, if my nail breaks or something like that, and it gets uncomfortable, and I don't have a held no, nail clipper handy, and I got to do something about it because I'm using my hands, and I don't want it to get worse, then I'll just bite it off. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do the. I guess I could do the ears. I have no time to do the ears. I was thinking about calling it, but I'm trying to just to determine whether or not I actually want to keep going or not. Yeah, okay, that's better. Thank you. It's going to get a little weird here because we're going to have to turn in front off in order to see. When it's in front, you can't see anything except the planes that you have in front turned on for. I wonder if we can just take the body. If I can take the body and put that in front, would that help? Let's see. I never tried that before. It's already in front. Oh wait, this is body LP. I'm sorry. I meant body HP. It just cancels out, really. It's like turning in front off for your LP. We don't want to do that. All right, back to edit mode. Yeah, I still don't have a definitive way of having it so the ears still show with this in front. I don't know how to do that. And it's not a big enough problem for me to look it up and try to figure it out. Although it would help, but I should be okay. And here I guess I'll keep going for a little while longer. I'm actually still not sure. I'm sorry. uh, yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll stop for now. I'm gonna see if there's somebody to read. Oh, let's see here. What we got? Who do we have? Okay, maybe we'll rate someone. Oops. Okay, creating a rate. I want to thank everybody who stopped by today. Those of you who watched the VOD, I will be back tomorrow morning, and I will see you later. Okay.